Hey guys, so today we are going to be breaking down the incoming ZENKAI for Blue Lord Slug. So by the time you guys see this video, it's probably already out. But this guy's getting a ZENKAI. We knew this for a while because of leaks, thank you. But all right, here we go. Blue Lord Slug, the Super Namekian. So he's a melee blue type. He could be a very good bench option for like a regen or powerful opponent, depending on what his ZENKAI ability ends up being. But let's go ahead and click this. And again, we're looking for like 280s to offense and 180s to defense. That's what we're looking for here. All right, what do we got? 280 strike, 273 blast, 182 strike defense, 181 blast defense. You know what? I'll take it. That is not bad at all. It could have been much worse, right? We've had ZENKAIs where like offenses are in like the low 270s and defenses don't even break 180k. So I am okay with these stats. These stats are not bad. All right, let's take a look at these. These are the same. So the blue card is Darkness Twin Star. I'm actually gonna pull up this guy's kit on my monitor, my computer monitor, so I can tell you guys what actually changes. Okay, so the Darkness Twin Star, major explode damage, reduces enemy ki by 50 on hit. Okay, so that goes up from 40. And then a 100% chance to inflict paralysis on hit. So that goes up from a 40% chance to a 100% chance. It reminds me of the purple chilled ZENKAI's blue card effect. It also has a 100% chance to inflict paralysis. Very annoying. very annoying. So back when this guy first came out, his green card, I would easily classify this as one of the best green cards ever. When this thing came out, it was ridiculous. Like, you pretty much won games off of this green card. It was ridiculously good. So Psycho Pull inflicts enemy attribute downgrade plus 15% to strike damage received for 15 timer counts. That is the same. 50% chance to take your opponent's Dragon Balls and add them to your own. It used to be 30%. That goes up to 50. Okay. And then its effects will change according to how many Dragon Balls they possess. One or more take one, gain one, none of. Okay, that's also the same. And then obviously it's comboable with strikes, blast, special moves, and green cards. So the one thing I will say about this green card is I think the Dragon Ball stealing could be pretty good. Obviously, it's a 50% chance, which is better than a 30% chance. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, this starting a combo is the main draw of this green card here, but we will see. I did have fun using this green card when this guy first released. So, okay, main abilities. About time to wrap this up. Looks like he draws a green card next. There's own health by 30% and ki by 30. So he actually didn't heal prior to this, so he gains the heal. And then 40% strike damage inflicted for 20 counts. Feel like they could have bumped up the length of time that he buffs his strike damage. I think 20 counts is pretty low. Typically, when you have a buff that only lasts for 20 counts, you only are going to really see that be active for one switch in. So the current switch in is where you'll see that be active, especially because you're drawing a green card that will allow you to continue the combo for a longer period of time. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to talk about this character is because, let's just be honest, right? The way that they've been designing these ZENKAI characters is as bench options, right? You're not really going to queue up, and this is obviously I'm talking about for top rank PvP. You're not going to be queuing up in like the top 1,000 and expect to run into a bunch of people using like Red Rose or I don't know, even the blue Broly movie Goku who just got his ZENKAI. I feel like he's actually pretty solid, but you can't really expect to use him against like the best teams in the game and expect him to perform relatively well. He just doesn't. These recent ZENKAIs just do not live up to the level of power that we're at with like the best characters in the game. They're not going to be able to compete with the androids. Not going to be able to compete with Super Vegito or Gogeta or UI or Dragon Fist or Cooler. Right? They're just not at that level. So I think the best way to look at these ZENKAI characters now is how well do they impact their teams from the bench. And I think this Slug, I don't even know what his ZENKAI ability is yet, but I'm assuming it's either going to be regen or powerful opponent. I don't think they would give him movies because we just literally got a blue movies buffer. But this Slug buffing regen, strike attack, and blast attack by 28% if this guy grabs a blue regen Zenkai ability, all of a sudden we have a really, really strong bench for regen, right? LF Kid Buu potentially getting Zenkai buff from this character could be really powerful. What is his Zenkai ability? It is blue regen. Okay, yeah, so exactly what I was just talking about. Let's go take a look at I think regen and blue is actually pretty weak right now. We did obviously just get the free-to-play blue metal cooler, who I actually think is pretty good. So you could end up Zenkai buffing him with this slug. Eventually, we're going to get more blue regen characters. So I think once we get a really nice, assuming like an LF regen character, or even maybe an ultra regen blue character, guess who like the first character you're going to put on your benches? This slug. He's going to increase the power so much because look what he's giving. He's giving, once he adds together the Z ability and the Zenkai ability, 68% to both offenses to blue regen. That's crazy. All right, let's take a look at his unique abilities here. The first one is Super Namekian Power. Now, this guy is pretty old, so I expect these unique abilities to be changing quite drastically here. All right, increases damage inflicted based on remaining health when this character enters the battlefield up to 50%. 50% or more, he gets 30% damage inflicted. And then below 50%, he gains 50% to damage inflicted. Okay, so the thing that they changed with this is this used to exclusively be strike damage. Now they changed it to all damage, which I think is actually pretty significant considering his blast stat is not that bad, right? The discrepancy between his strike and blast stats are not that different. So I feel like this guy, with the change to the unique ability, could actually be doing some pretty solid blast damage, even though, of course, the main ability remained as strike damage. I feel like they probably should have changed this to just be all damage, but whatever. All right, second unique ability is Cruel Temperament. This is actually a brand new ability because the other one he had was that first line, and that was it. All right, so 25% strike damage inflicted once 30 counts have elapsed from battle start, which is pretty good. Again, I wish it was just all damage. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 20 and -5 to strike art's cost for 20 counts. That is new. That was not part of his kit prior to this. So gaining ki on switch in is obviously very strong. And then the cost reduction is going to be helpful in case this guy does have a card rush speed somewhere, which I'm hoping he does. All right, so Namekian Mutation applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 40% of damage inflicted, and then 40% to reduces damage received. That's actually a very deceptive unique ability. People are going to look at this and be like, wow, this is pretty underwhelming, but it's actually pretty good for a Zenkai character. Like, modern Zenkais, you don't see 40% damage reduction just slapped onto their kit. And the reasoning is because of this, right? Like, you have these really high defensive stats. And typically when we see these like new unique abilities on these Zenkai characters, it's like reduces damage received by 10%. Like that's what you'll see. So 40% is nice, but the main reason why they're doing this is because obviously he doesn't have anywhere else in his kit that's giving him any kind of damage reduction ability. That's why they're doing this. Because of how old this character is. 40% to damage though is pretty good. So you're getting 40% from this. You're getting, I'm just going to consider this at 30% because I'm just going to assume he's going to be above half HP. So that's 70% damage. Then you're getting another 25% after 30 counts of elapsed. Then you can grab another 40 from the main ability. So you're stacking up your strike damage through a lot of different avenues here. All right, final unique ability, Enlarged Heart of Evil. Applies the following effects to self when one allied character is defeated. So this is actually the same exact condition as the Blue Zenkai Broly movie Goku that we just talked about. He also wants you to have a dead ally to get his full extent of buffs. So reduces damage received by 10%, cannot be canceled, 100% to ki recovery, and then there's the card draw speed. Okay, actually, this guy's not looking too bad. I think if you manage to get into a position where you have pretty much everything active, like you have a dead ally, you have 30 counts elapsed in battle, and you're under 50% HP, and you can pop your main ability, this guy's going to be hitting very hard, like actually very hard. Plus, don't forget, he has the strike cost reduction, he has 100% to ki recovery, and he's got card draw speed. That's a very, very good combo to have. So this guy, under the right circumstances, could be very good. And I feel like that's the way that they've been designing these Zenkai characters recently. It's not like they're entering the battlefield and they're just, you know, banging away and just destroying everything. They have to be fulfilling these conditions to be able to compete, right? And I think that's what they've intended with some of these designs of these characters, right? You want to have a dead ally, you want this amount of timer counts to elapse, you want to do this, you want to do that, and at that point, then you're able to compete. But that's the main difference between like these ZENKAI characters and the new summonable characters. The new summonable characters just enter the battlefield and they're killing you. These ZENKAI characters, you kind of have to, you know, complete the quest first before they're strong enough. Okay, so that's Slug. Honestly, he seems pretty solid. I'm not that unimpressed by his kit there. We should have like 1 or 2 pieces of equipment to look at, I think. Let's see. I know there's a new raid, so there should be a unique equipment for the raid specifically. This is not the right place. Oh, no, it was. What am I talking about? Archive. Yeah, looks like it's this right here. Another Bulma, huh? We literally just got a Bulma for the raid, but I assume this is just going to be like increases the drops of Hoi Poi coins, increases the drop of the raid medals. That's probably what this is going to be. Yeah, +5 to raid medal drops, +5, and then yeah, it's just what, an extra 15 raid medal drops. But the thing with this is you can use 3 of these, right? As you guys notice, I have 3 of these. This is literally the exact same as the one that we're looking at right now. So I guess they changed the first slot to always be red. Yeah, they changed the slot 1 to always be, which is actually a better thing because you only have to get 3 of these now, and you can equip 3 of these equipments onto the character that you're using for the raid, and then you'll get, assuming it's maxed out, you'll get an extra, what is that, 45 medal drops per run. That's really, really nice. That's going to increase the amount of resources that you gain by a lot. So, and then we have this cooler equipment over here. This is for just powerful opponents, not even just LOE or anything. It's every powerful opponent character. That is a very wide range of characters, just powerful opponent. Special move up to 10%, strike attack up to 25%, and then 5 to 10% of damage against Saiyans for 60 counts. That's against all Saiyans. Okay. This is obviously a very one-dimensional equipment. It's all damage, right? You're not getting any kind of defense from this. No HP recovery, no HP, no defense, none of that stuff. So you're definitely going to be taking a lot more damage when you use this as opposed to like a normal balanced equipment, but this is a lot of damage this is giving you. 25% to strike attack and then 10% of pure damage to Saiyans. Now, granted, it's only for the first 60 counts, but in this meta that we're in right now, I feel like most of the time your matches are going to be decided by 60 counts. So this is actually, I don't feel like this is too bad of an equip. I think it's actually not that bad. So if you guys feel like using that on one of your powerful opponent characters, I wouldn't say it's a bad option. What else? Anything new Awakened wise or anything like that? I don't think so. Well, let me just double check here. No, it does not look like it. Okay, so it's just those 2 equipment. And then the other thing I will mention just very quickly, this was not actually part of the update itself, but if you guys remember, they teased Lord Slug last night on Twitter, and the ZENKAI for Lord Slug. And at the end of the Twitter teaser, they said it was something like a new threat approaches or something like that. So I think there's a really solid chance that next week we will get some big character. And because we just got an LF character, I think it's not out of the question to get a summonable ultra. And because they sort of labeled it as being the powerful opponent campaign and they say a new threat is approaching, it sounds to me like it's going to be some kind of powerful opponent ultra character. First ever summonable ultra villain character. I would be all for that. That's my prediction. I don't really know for sure though. Let me know down below what you guys think could be coming next week or the week after. I think it probably is next week because I don't think they would tease it 2 weeks in advance. But let me know what you guys think they could be, as well as your thoughts on this ZENKAI Slug. I'm going to go ahead and record the showcase for him. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you all in the next one.